Good morning, PULSICANS and Hexicans. Happy Friday. It is the last bear weekend of the cycle. I think. I ain't speculating. This is the last weekend we got to do with this administration in office. The last weekend we got to do with Seaman Demon in office. And we're super stoked. And we're here for it. Because this is a DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we're doing our best to bridge the gap between our fellow entrepreneurs and our fellow crypto brethren and sisters to create wealth out of cryptocurrency, use it as a wealth creation tool, and preserve that wealth via real world assets, real estate, businesses, oil and gas, whatever suits your fancy. Maybe some apartment buildings. I like apartment syndications. I like build to rents too. I got one build to rent project I'm in right now out south of Georgia. It's paying me about 20% IRR, which in crypto terms means yield. Right? But this is your guys' show. It's not mine. This is your time to shine, to come on and talk about anything you want. You can talk about wealth. You can talk about health. You can talk about spirituality. You can talk about mental stability. I don't care what it is. But this is Friday, the Open Mic Friday show, the last weekend of the bear. Man, what has Monday got in store for us? I don't know. I think Pulse Chain's front running that, though, right now, which is awesome. Besides Hex, man. Hex took a freaking beating this morning. Oh, my God. There was a shark who was capitulating. Let him capitulate. Once again, wrecking the price chart against himself. He hurts himself. He doesn't really hurt the community, in my opinion. The price chart held up pretty well, besides the big wicks that got thrown down, which is him wicking against himself. People like oh, my God, he's hurting us. No, he's not. It's bouncing back rather quickly, but those wicks hurt him. It doesn't hurt us. So, it's just it's funny how people get like impatient and scared right before inauguration date. What? Come on, man. What's going on over here? Like, that's just crazy to me. But hey, to each their own. Everyone has their own money and they can do whatever the hell they want with it. That's a fact, right? If they want to push a sell button, they can push the sell button and leave, and that's good. And we're bouncing back pretty good. I like it. I like what I'm seeing in the price charts. In fact, real quick, before we get to the open mic show, let's check in with the secret chart, because that is what we really care about over here. We just need to know what it's doing against Ethereum. Now, I know Ethereum's been sucking. Yeah, I get it. Ethereum's been sucking. But eventually, it's not going to suck. And look at that. Even with just a little bit of a red day, not too bad, guys. It's nothing that we can't handle, right? We got diamond hands. That's what they say in crypto. And look at that, man. We are still pumping very nicely against ETH. I like what I see. Look, I'll put on the candles for some of you guys like to see candles. I like the line chart. It really gives me perspective better. It takes all the noise out, right? And yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. This is exactly where I thought we'd be at this week. In the beginning of the week when I saw the candles coming, it gave me like a confirmation. This week will close a pretty bullish weekly candle. Now we got to Sunday. We still have the weekend of the bear to go through, and then we'll see what happens with the weekend of the bear, the last weekend of the bear for crypto. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Let's check out Hexto real quick. I want to see that wick. What the hell is everyone talking about? I mean, this is the wick here that he pushed up against himself. That means it's already been bought up, down here from 1.4 cents. It's already been bought up back up to 1.5, 1.4. Half the candle's been almost bought up. I speculate by the end of the day, another 25% somewhere in here. It might end the day on a red candle, and then the weekend ends up printing a couple greens. I could be wrong, but That was mainly due to one well. And then, of course, he probably triggered other people to sell too because, it's just how it works. People get fearful. They don't have the wealth mindset. One big guy exit and everyone thinks the freaking world's collapsing. But yeah, man, this is all what he did to himself. It's crazy. And I'd rather him get out now. I mean, and more power to him, man. He's been very successful in his crypto career. Right? He's got a lot of hex stake still. It's all staked. He has no more liquid from what I've seen. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. But Hex is holding up like a champ, in my opinion. Still at 1.5 cents after that massive sell. Come on. You got to give credit where credit's due. It's really weird that eHex took a beating on it. I don't know why that is. Yeah, maybe because they're bonded. I don't know. Or was he dumping eHex? I don't know. Interesting, though. So, yeah, good stuff, guys. I am super excited. Wish Inc. would stop dropping more than Paul Sachs. Man, I'm never going to get out of that liquidity position. Ugh. It's okay. I'm making Inc. At the very least. I get compensated for my minor pain. It's all right. I'm okay with this. What's up, guys? How are we doing today? How are we feeling? I'm feeling freaking fabulous. Got a 5-mile run in this morning. Today was my cardio day. I got it done, even though I still have this kind of cold lingering. Man, this cold has been lingering, man, for like the last couple months because like I got sick when we went up in the UK mountains and then I got over it and then I went to Arizona where it was like 30 degrees at night. Got sick again and trying to kick it, but I don't feel bad. It's just like in my chest, in my throat a little bit. And but the way I feel is great. So yeah, let's check in with the comments before I drop the link, see how everyone's doing. We got 60 of you guys already watching. Come on, give me a retweet on Twitter if you're watching on Twitter. That's fine. If you want to come over, really support the channel, you can come over to the YouTube and smash that like button and hit the subscribe. Boost the algorithm for us so we can keep preaching the good word of wealth creation and wealth preservation and not paying 3-letter agencies. Yeah, they didn't partner with us. They didn't take the risk with us. I ain't paying them. It's the last payment I'm giving them that I got to give them next month. It's due on the February 2nd. That is the last time they're going to get my money. That's it. Red Squirrel, what's up, bro? How you do, man? Oi, oi. I hope we are able to have caterpillar soup one day, and I hope we're euphoric when we're having that soup. That's the only way I'm eating it. Excuse me, guys. It's the only way I'm eating it, but I'll eat it if we're euphoric enough, man. Who knows? Maybe we'll be euphoric over Tetra. I don't know. Tetra's launching here in February. Super stoked for that protocol, guys. They're aiming to bring something to Pulse Chain that basically is innovative. That's never really been done, and that is, I think, if they pull it off, could be one of the most powerful protocols we see on Pulse Chain, and that's full DeFi automation, which I am all about, man. All about passive. That's what this shit's about. Let guys like Red Squirrel with his big brain build all the crazy shit out, and then we can go plug in their roadmaps and make passive income, man. That's what I like. Checks my pulse, blue collar crypto. What up, bro, man? How are we doing out there? Let's effing go. 4 years of patiently waiting, DCAing, focusing, all kinds of fun thrown on us. Oh, man, it's like, what do you get? Nothing shakes our resolve. Nothing. I mean, after the SEC FUD, nothing could shake my resolve. Like after that, because that was the kick to the stomach. That was like, oh my God. It was right after I moved to Puerto Rico. I've told the story many times. It was like, oh, okay, yeah. So anything that happens now, whatever, dude, whatever. Like it sucks, but it's like it's not. I don't give a shit. You ain't shaking my resolve. I see the greater picture. I'm able to step back and not use my emotion and see the ecosystem objectively. So, or non-objectively, whatever. But yeah, kicked in the balls for good measure a couple of times, and 2 days from Banana Zone. Man, it is wild. The last bear weekend. I can't believe we're here, guys. It is super, super exciting. And not only for crypto, but I'm an entrepreneur. I like business. I do business, and a lot of my buddies do business. They're all excited for the business opportunity that will take place after the 20th. He's talked about business taxes being lowered down to only 15%. That's massive. Oh my God, guys. I mean, all my entrepreneur buddies are like raving, like they're super stoked, because they're over there paying freaking ridiculous capital gains. And it's horrible, man. It's horrible. And they buy real estate. They offset it that way through cost seg and depreciation, or they're starting to use this trust that we got. But man, it's like if you can get down to 15% of your active income from your business, which you can't do in the trust, right? It's a little more difficult. I think it'd be a good question for Chris. I don't want to touch too much on that, but like 15%, man, that's easy to offset with real estate. And a lot of my friends are stoked, man. My good buddy Nick was over at his house, and he put another 20 grand in Pulse Chain. Was cool. He actually bought almost the local bottom. Was perfect, and he is super stoked. He makes about 4 or 5 million a year, and he's always struggling, with the freaking 3-letter agencies. And so this will help out. It'll help him out a lot, and everyone else, man. It's gonna be great. So we're all super stoked, man. The last weekend of the Bear, yeah, it's so cool. Cheers to you all. Cheers with my soda water. Pure, because I don't want natural artificial flavor, whatever the hell they put in these soda waters. That is, I don't even know, that keeps it 0 calories but has taste. Huh? How does there a flavor when there's no calories? It boggles my brain. D Nice, what up, my man? How you doing, D Nice? Are you going to Panama, man? I don't. I have some problems with the Peru event. I'm going to talk to Sergey. Man, I promised my wife I was going to China, and that might overlap. I might not. If Peru's in April, I gotta work it out, man. So, but I'll keep everyone in the loop on it. But he's still doing it regardless, even if I'm unable to make it. I'm going to try to, though. But hopefully we end up meeting up. Francis, hello all. How are we doing, Mr. Francis? Better be out of the hands of one and into the hands of mine. Whew, yeah, dude. Or hands of many. That is a good point. Like, so what you do is you take these big whales and sharks and even some of the larger dolphins, right? They got in their hex early, and they capitulate. All that economic energy gets spread out amongst the squids, even lower tier dolphins. And so like that money now becomes more stable as far as the market's concerned. It's a good thing. And you want it done in the lows, not in the highs. Hex Evolved, I am trying, man. Pump my bags, Corey. We do what we can over here on the DeFi Crypto Alliance show. Absolutely. We are in it for the long haul, and we are going to get legacy wealth. That's for damn sure. Repost it on X. Thank you, my friend. Boom, baby. Boom. You can't fork Tetra. Tetra's sick, bro. I am excited for what they're bringing to the table, man, for Pulse Chain. Making us a nice grown-up chain. Launching an Oracle. Launching DeFi automation. Come on, guys. How can you not be excited about that? What's a good bag size for Tetra? So I don't know. I don't remember the coin count anymore. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm a shark in Tetra. I think a lower tier shark. Yeah, I don't know what the overall supply is again. I can't remember because way back in the day when I was doing all the calculations, I'd have to go back and look and see what the total coin count is. And yeah, and you can kind of determine if you want to be, a dolphin or a shark. And I still think it's rather cheap to get a shark position in general. I'm sure Red Squirrel knows the numbers better than I do. The Ascending Man, what's up, man? Saying hi. Just did a deep dive on the Ascending Man channel with Faster Duel. Hey, man, guys, go over there and watch it. DJ Roundtable is freaking sick. They are just bringing so much value to the ecosystem. We love it. Can you post Chris' website? I need to call him. Yeah. Can you? I don't have it here available. Like, I need to put it in the little banner. I don't know why. I always say I'm going to do that, and I never do it. I need to actually do it. So I can post the banner when you guys ask for it. It'd be real easy to do that. I'm going to do that today when we get off the show. Yeah, maybe when I invite you guys up and you guys are talking, I'll have a minute to go on my phone and I'll grab it and I'll drop it. So, what's the smartest way to take profits in the bull run? 2% every week. What's the science to it? Yeah, man, I like the 2% every week. But if you use the idea of like altcoin season's 100 days and then there's only 50 days of euphoric, like, where everyone's freaking dancing naked on top of their house type of so you take 50 days, naturally you can kind of like figure out what maybe you should be DCing out at percentage of your portfolio. And it's completely up to you whether or not, if you want to leave some in round trip bags. I'm not doing it, but some of it, that's kind of the narrative out there. So you could start now. Like, saw me anything. He says you can do like 1% a week, maybe it is 2% a week right now over the course of 2025. You'd be completely out. But man, I wouldn't start DCAing out now because we're just not in that zone right now. We're still in buy zones, in my opinion. Once again, not financial advice. I'm a dude on the internet who just speculates on his own freaking money, his own freaking health, his own freaking spirituality, his own freaking mental framework. That's all I speculate on. You guys just know what I'm doing. So I'm not DCing right now. That's for damn sure. But the 2% a week, you can start now. That's probably where that math comes from. You can do that right now. 1 million. No, it's this is right. This is correct right here. I remember now. 12.5 billion. Yeah. So that means a shark would be 12.5 million. My math right there. Yeah, that is right, because then 1.2 million is a dolphin, which is not bad. And how much does that cost today, Red Squirrel? Like, what's the value? If I were to go and buy a dolphin position today, how much am I going to spend? That'd be a very, very interesting number. And I don't think it's very much. I don't. So not financial advice, guys. You do whatever you want with your money. I like it, though. I like it. These guys have big dreams, and if they pull it off, it's going to be fantastic, in my opinion. In my opinion. But once again, what do I know? Red, I'm still buying. Don't pump it. Right? I mean, I could be real greedy and tell you guys not to pump it till freaking until like March, because I can freaking pay this stupid IRS and have some money again. But hey, no, we need to start going. All right, let me get you guys the invite link. You guys can come up, come and say hi, man. What's cooking? Let's talk about the weekend. Let's talk about anything that that's relevant to wealth creation, wealth preservation, not paying 3-letter agencies, whatever you guys want to talk about. This is your show. This is the Open Mic Friday show, where we wind down the week so we can go touch some grass over the last weekend of the bear. Look at this, dude. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? You can buy a dolphin position for $2,000. That means a shark position is $2,000. And I feel like I had big balls when I said I had a shark position. Apparently, that means $20,000 for a whale. Oh my gosh. Damn. Maybe I should step my game up. The problem is I don't want to swap out any of my blue chips for I want to bring in new money. But man, that's awesome. Holy crap, guys. $200 for a dolphin position in Tetra. I don't know. Do what you want with that information. It's pretty powerful. The fact that you can do full automation DeFi, it really speaks to our community, because our community, we have all entrepreneurs. They're busy as shit. They work, 50 plus hours a week on business, and they don't have a lot of time to be in there and compounding and bringing this money over here to compound the effect over here, then bring it back in, all this crazy road mapping stuff that some of these guys do, like Red Squirrel. And they don't have time for that. They if they could just push a button and something does that for them all in the background, automated, they would love it. And so it solves a problem, a really big problem for your non-crypto educated person. It makes crypto more user friendly, is what this protocol does, in my opinion, which will help bring in retail. help bring in investors who want a little bit of an easier path that, that play over on Ethereum, or maybe they play over on Solana, and they're doing all these crazy, swaps and compounding and everything. And they see that they can do all of this automated over on Pulse Chain and still get great APYs. That's where this stuff really gets powerful, and it's going to speak to that audience, in my opinion. Once again, not financial advice, man. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a guy speculating, right? On my own money, but I like my odds. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. And I think one of these might be a win. We'll see what happens. Slippage would make it hard to get a. Yeah, that's true. You'd have to be very careful about how you gather your bag in that regard. Yep. Very good point to point out to all you guys who are looking to get a position in Tetra. So, man, the myth, the man, the legend, Frank Conversations is here to join us for our open mic Friday. Hey, man, it's the last weekend of the Bear. You're on mute. Or my speakers are screwed up. One of the two. I'll check my speakers real quick just in case it's on my end. It shouldn't be on my end. It looks like
no, it's not on your end.
Boom, baby. I can hear the conversations.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Everything's starting to, you do feel better day to day. I like Tetra. I own Tetra.
Love Tetra.
Yeah. I like those guys. They're good people. Neil for T-Shares and Stu, great people. Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. And the nice thing about this is if we all adhere to the 4-year cycle, we're in the fourth quarter, right? So now we can, every day in crypto, man, is every day you spend in crypto now is well-deserved. You got to stay focused. I'm still scooping up things here and there, doing my degen thing while still staying in the core tokens. And, you just can't sleep. I bought, and I've shared this before. Last October, I bought Cypherpunks, and now it's called Solana Strategies, Sol Strategies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's now about $3.60, and I got in at 7 cents. So it's done about a 45x. And the coolest thing about that is it's in my IRA. So it's, cash that I had to use. And it was one of those degen plays that I did in my IRA because it's a stock. It's a Canadian stock. So, maybe it's got a 2 or 3x left in it. But think about this. I didn't stop. I didn't stop and make excuses for not investing in something. I just kept moving. And I think I've said this before, every action, even if it's a small action, is going to yield huge results when things come to their fruition at the top of the bull market.
It's the compound effect. And they stack on top of each other. And then when the gains start happening, that's when you realize those compound effects, right? That's when you see it. You don't see it when price is getting wrecked, but when price starts going up, you notice it in your portfolio. You're like, holy shit, I'm glad I was leaning in and being in tune this entire bear market. And to your point, paying attention, making small moves, doing what it takes to keep growing my bag, maybe increasing liquidity, increasing my passive income, increasing some trades where you're making more money. And it's just a compound effect, man. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, especially since Pulse Chain hasn't really moved. I mean, it's just in that accumulation zone. And, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the X protocol. Coach X created that. I bought that at the bottom in August.
Oh my gosh.
And it's done almost 100x. So, and we're not even in the bull market, So I think that you just can't sleep on any coin right now. And, there is this thing, if you're buying the bottoms, there's still plenty of opportunity to buy the bottoms right now. And and one other thing from last week, I said I can give financial advice. I was going to make a joke about that, but didn't give the second line of it, and I can't remember what it is. But I'm not giving financial advice. I don't give financial advice. So I just wanted to make that clear to the public that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet.
Yep, you're just frank conversations.
I'm just frank conversations.
I love it. I love it. Norbert, what's up, my good man? Why are you always driving? Where are you driving to? Work? The gym. You're going to the gym. I know it.
I'm going to the gym. Yeah. I finished work already. Had a decent Korean lunch, and now going to work. Gym. Not the work. Yeah, more work.
Good for you, man. Good for
What about you guys? How are you?
We are blessed, man. This is the last weekend of the Bear. The Bear will be finally slayed out to rest so the Bulls can come and party.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I think we all deserve it. We've been waiting patiently for this moment to come. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Brizology, I love you.
Welcome to Pulse Chain. I love you.
Dude, I love that freaking little skit you made, dude. I reposted, not only I reposted it, I took it, I screen recorded it, and I dropped it in our community.
Nice.
It was so on par, man, for even our earlier meeting today when we were talking and in the meeting, just talking about like, you know, some spirituality stuff. And then I get on Twitter and it was the first thing I see. And I was like, oh man, that is fucking sick.
Yeah, I saw that video earlier and I was like, I just saw the Pulse Chain come to my mind. So
of course
screen captured it. I threw in some of those logos and text and boom, next thing you know.
I gotta learn how to do that, man. I don't know how to go in there and like edit like other previous memes or videos and stuff like that. So I could create.
We'll do like a private live stream and I'll share my screen and I'll show you how I do it. It's really easy. It's really
use a
easy.
tool for that. Do you have some kind of like application that you're using for that?
Movavi.
Okay.
It's called Movavi Screen Record, and they also have a video editing software. And it's about it's about $100 each, I think, but it's totally worth the investment if you want to make
worth
memes. And
hey, can you put those in the link or in the chat? Thanks. And so this is on your Twitter that you posted something?
He did.
Oh yeah. You got to see the video.
Yeah. Right. Let me see if while we're talking, I can maybe pull it up. If my Twitter logs in on my computer, I might be able to pull it up for us. No, it's not logged in. What the heck?
How do you guys like my cosmic sweater?
We can barely see it because the way the sun is hitting the.
No, that's the way it's supposed to be. Look, that's not the sun. That's the green screen effect.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's
actually I got this for Christmas. My mommy got me this for Christmas. But it's a very light green sweater. It almost looks like a road crew, like construction road crew, like high visibility green. It's very, it's very looks like something maybe Lambo would sell as an exterior color. But it's basically a green screen.
This is great. I found I was able to log into Twitter. Let me share my screen. And hopefully it shares the sound too. I'm always trying to figure this shit out. But let me know if you guys can hear it. I'm going to go to here.
Everything's gonna be okay
yeah.
because I love you. And today might not be your best day, but I still love you. I love you. And I guess that's not really.
Did it freeze?
Yeah.
There we go.
Because I love you. I love you.
Why is it freezing there?
Today might not be your best day, but I still love you. I love you. And I guess
you're an old softie, Briz.
Right. I'm trying to defeat my enemies with love.
Dude, this
go, man.
I don't know why it's not
drink the love blood of my enemies.
Let's try one more time and see if he freezes.
I love you. And today might
There we go.
be your best day, but I still love you. I love you. And I guess that's not really a logical solution. That's not true.
Like a naked little peanut.
Here for you because I love you.
He made Pulse Chain, he made Hex, he made Ink, he was making Pulse X.
Be okay because I love you.
Oh, I love it,
Funny.
dude.
And, you know, like I said, I saw that little animation, and all of a sudden, I saw the logos of Pulse Chain, and my come to me, and I'm like, this is gonna be the perfect meme.
That is the best way. That is the best way, in my opinion, to fight the haters, to fight the fudsters, to get rid of the toxicity. Is fight them with positive framework and love. That is like you. That's I vibrate with that 120%, man. You freaking nailed it.
Thank you.
They can't watch that and but like help to cringe.
All right, I'm gonna get metaphysical on everybody real quick. So Briz, that I just calibrated it. It calibrates at 490. Love is 500. So you're right in the right. You're right in the
Boom, baby.
Well done. Yeah.
Thank you.
That raises Twitter's calibration just a hair up. Briz went in there and raised up the entire Twitter calibration himself by adding a splash of 490 in there.
Yep.
You got to get those vibrations going, right?
That's it, man. I freaking love it, man. That is awesome. Oh man.
You know, I wanted to share this. I got into the Phoenix. I don't know if anybody's into the Phoenix protocol. They did incognito.
Oh, overall, so they're on Pulse Chain.
Yeah, and Pyro and Caviar and
Don't they have another new one coming up?
I think that's it. Phoenix was it, and then Pyro. But Pyro's not associated with it. Sorry, I don't think. But I think Phoenix. Oh yes, there is. There is one more.
Yeah, the name. Yeah, those names don't sound familiar to me. I know I've seen it on Twitter. I mean, I'm not invested in any of this stuff, but Incognito did phenomenal as far as price performance.
Yeah, yeah. So
I got in pretty early on Incognito, and you know, I earned a whole bunch of ink. I'm happy with that.
It's right up your alley, dude.
you're gonna get an airdrop too, I think. Do you still hold it? I don't want to.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think you'll get some type of airdrop. Put the PNX in there and see if you got some or the Pyro symbol. They had some problems on launch, and I think they're going to relaunch it. But check it. I think there's going to be some type of airdrop.
Cool.
Yeah. And then here's a quick question: is the new bank for Coast is that FDIC? Is that have it's 200
the Old Glory?
Old Glory, yeah. They got a lot of exciting stuff
I'm
coming
pretty
up.
sure they're FDIC insured.
Yeah, it's a normal United States bank, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they're going to insure your crypto when it's out on the blockchain, of course.
No, right.
You know, when it's cash in their account, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah. All right. That was just something. Stoic came on Tuesday and shared a bunch of stuff, and that was one of the questions
Tuesday's call too.
So yeah, that's all right. Hey, it was only the best call ever. You didn't miss much. Briz was on there.
I was there.
He was in the process of
great.
creating that video.
All the alpha.
Herbert missed
all the alpha. So like I'm gonna miss all the gains from Pulse Chain this cycle because of that one call.
You're going to round trip it.
These small steps, man. Big losses, big gains.
Oh man.
One other coin. I bought a coin called Molecular DAO, and it's in the decentralized science.
Oh, that's a narrative.
Yeah, I don't have the details on it with me, but I can look them up. But it's I think it's a sleeper of a coin, and it's really small market cap. I bought it when it was a $20,000 market cap. I think it's maybe $100,000 or $150,000 market cap right now. I think, the market cap could go pretty high on this thing.
Yeah, and I see in the chat, and maybe you guys can educate me. Someone's talking about AI agents. What? And I've seen these like they're launching on Solana and all that. What is this AI agent thing? Like, what is it?
Chatbots.
Chatbots, nothing special, man. It's just another type of
Chat GPT.
What I'm confused though. So like, is it a coin that's attached to this like this chat bot or something?
Is a marketing thing. Is basically a piece of shit wrapped in nice foil. Put a ribbon around it and sold for you as a valuable cryptocurrency.
Wow.
Just imagine if Hex had a chat box on its webpage. Boom, Hex is an AI coin now.
Yeah, I don't understand
What
it.
does that have to do with the coin?
It doesn't. It just gets people to buy it because AI.
People buy anything these days. You see someone comes up with body parts combined front and back, and one token, and then people buying it. Now
I'm truly.
Now
a
they had to
peanut
raise the
brain
bar
man.
a little bit. Now they had to raise the bar a little bit, to make it sound sketchy and like.
I just don't
sort of
understand
meaning.
shit.
I had an idea, and I think this is a really good idea, and this could be the future for a bunch of cryptos. But I think each coin should have its own dedicated chat GPT that is attuned to all the real-time data and statistics. And you can go, hey, Hexbot, tell me how many stakes were in the month of January
Yeah.
and how many stakes were done between the hours of 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. and how many stakes, were ended early at a greater than 25%, whatever, like penalty. Like, I would like to see every coin have like this AI, question bot that would be able to just do all the real-time data.
I love that.
That's a great idea.
Coin. I think that'd be cool. Devs.
I'll bet you there is some coin that has that now. I would just bet, but I think it's awesome.
Hashtag build on Hex.
Or we could just simply, it's a good idea, but we live in an age of data. Like everything is connected to data, because without your data, you don't know which direction to go, how much you improved, what's your target, and people, instead of fighting, for example, on Twitter about meaningless opinions, perhaps would be better to ignore those guys who are trying to troll you or attack you, and just ask a question. I'm sorry, but instead of like, nah, you're absolutely wrong, or just saying like, thank you for your comment. Why do you think it's like that, or why are you saying it's like that? Certain questions, to be asked, for example. And at the same time, when we have a bit of free time, do on other things like these kind of data. You can go to ChatGPT, you can go to Cloud.ai, really good sites, and then just put. You can even put. My friend kind of created a podcast by putting our table tennis club website in one of these AI website, and then it literally created a conversation about the club, when it started, who goes there, what we do, and stuff like that. So we could do the same thing, creating posts like, okay, how many, like just sometimes basic information, like 5 years, 9 months, and 10 days, Hex is working flawlessly. How many other crypto can say the same thing, stuff like that, and then just daily, weekly conclusions and data to be shared, instead of like, I am right, no, you are wrong, no, you are wrong, no, I am right. It's just completely.
I say we create an AI agent that just sends out Brizology's love video every time somebody thuds.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Honestly, that would be a good idea. Every time the words like hex and scam are put in the same tweet, you just have a bot searching for that and just post that
And
video.
it drops the video in, man.
I love you.
Great.
I love you.
Or if someone says hex is a scam, just go to, like, you don't even just put it on these AI sites. What is a scam? And then just give the definition of a scam. And
Boom.
then, I kind of disagree with you, because as far as I know, and as far as most of the people know on Earth, scam is this, and this is the definition of scam. So
Yeah,
how
but
come that?
that's logic. And every time you respond with logic, those guys don't. For some reason, it
Yeah, a
doesn't
lot
work.
of people are lacking common
It,
sense
it
and logic.
doesn't
Yeah, I
work.
know.
Logic doesn't work with these guys.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want evidence. I want to be mad.
Yeah, that's exactly
By
it.
all means, have a happy life, and yeah.
That's what you sent him the "I love you" video, man.
Yeah.
So now Briz doesn't have to put his hazmat suit on or his helmet
And go to war every day, like I've seen him do multiple times with certain orange type profiles.
Well, you know what the interesting thing is too about Twitter, that makes it difficult to people use it. Like, you're only allowed so many words in there, right? So you can't actually express certain things that you want to express, and that's part of the frustration that people feel, is trying to express all these things they're trying to put in there, and they can't narrow it down to this thing. So then it becomes either angry or happy. I'm kind of playing around with this idea here, so it's not like it's the truth, but I think, and even my wife will say, and this is so for email, she's like, get into conversation with them. Don't go up and down to Twitter or email, talk to them in person. And that's the truth. If these people could actually talk to each other in person, it probably wouldn't be as negative.
It wouldn't be the same conversation. I mean, how many times have you responded to a text and then you looked at your response you sent back and you're like, wait a minute, that can be interpreted two ways.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean it like that. I meant it, because this is the way that you can't put all the elements of the conversation in a text. And it's hard to, Twitter's the same way, because it's text, right? And it's not true conversations. And so it's hard.
I've looked back at messages like on Facebook, private DMs, and I've kind of scrolled through old messages, and I'm reading it through with fresh eyes from years ago. And
Right.
I'm like, what the F am I talking about? How does any of this make any sense whatsoever? But it made perfect sense.
Well, for some reason, in the moment when you were all after that emotion, it made sense. I don't know how that.
I mean, the other person didn't say nothing, so it must have made sense to them. But I'm like, man, dude, I feel like I had a stroke or something. I'm like, what the heck am I writing about?
Yeah. Here, Paul Sachs has a kind of a good point. How much hex would you have if you bought $50 of hex every time it's called a scam, like the $100 of Bitcoin every time BTC was proclaimed dead? That is so spot on, man.
Yeah.
You would be a hex well, my friend. You would have been that guy capitulating today, probably. Maybe that's what he did.
Man, I am so excited about the governments all wanting to do Bitcoin reserves.
Yeah,
like
nation state bidding
and
war.
not even nation state, like states. Like I heard like Texas wanted to do one, and eventually, they're all gonna want to do it. Dude, we're gonna see a $10 million Bitcoin.
I would love to see Chicago do it. It's just the way things are run here is questionable around. I mean, I'm trying to say this nicely so I don't get any backlash, but I think it'd be great for Chicago to have that. The states, has a bit of a challenge as well financially. So it'd be nice it would help the volatility of payments and stuff that, I don't know. I just think here's the bottom line. I think it would be a great thing for Chicago, and for different countries using it. Yeah, you could say it's volatile, but if I heard a story where this guy, he was creating some really cool programs for tracking stocks and stuff, or crypto. And he said that he would go out on a Friday night and he'd have to take a backpack of money with him because the currency was so volatile that he didn't know how much money he would have to bring with him for the night. And literally, something could be 10 cents and then an hour later it's $1. So he bring a backpack full of money. I thought that was the most interesting story.
What country was that in, though? I'd be
I know it
interesting.
was somewhere in the Middle East.
It's like when Venezuela's dollar was crashing. You know what I mean? You have no idea what the value would be the next day. And I could see that being the case where you're like, man, I don't know if I'm bringing 1,000 or 10,000 tonight.
Yeah.
What that makes me think of is that, yeah, it's volatile in this last like couple months. It's been going from like 105 to 90 and up and down. That's extremely volatile. But everyone that bought in at 10,000, it's not volatile for them. They're just like, it's all house money.
Right.
So eventually, you know, even if it is volatile, it's like, oh, I have $4 million today. Oh, now I have 3.5. Now I have 4.5.
Well,
it's like,
my point is it's less volatile than their country's currency. So that's the upgrade. It's like these countries are going to upgrade their currency because Bitcoin is less volatile and more countries are starting to use it.
Well, that's like El Salvador, right? They did that.
And what is not?
Go ahead, Norbert.
No, sorry. You go.
No, I'm just saying because that's why El Salvador is probably following that suit because they saw what happened to Venezuela and they didn't want it to happen to them, and that's why they were like the first nation state country, if you will, to adopt Bitcoin as a standard, right? And now it's interesting. Now I've heard like the crime in El Salvador is dropped down to like nothing.
Wow.
And the way of living has gotten so much better. Like it's interesting. I want to fly out there and just visit and see what it's like just because they adopted Bitcoin. This is crazy.
That's a great case study too. And
it is.
It's not just big countries; it's big companies. I mean, look what MicroStrategies has done for MicroStrategies. I mean, they created the Bitcoin playbook on the books for legacy. Well, for legacy, you know, in large companies, and that stock is just, you know, going up like you
keep climbing.
You know,
Michael Saylor, even though he's, you know, a little crazy, dude, he's honestly a freaking hero to the crypto community.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like you were talking about, he was teaching all these businesses how to basically accumulate Bitcoin and then take loans on that. And I heard something recently, like he said that he's taking his Bitcoin to the grave with him. So, hey, I'm all for it. Thank you for your sacrifice.
They're going to bury him with his seed phrases and everything, all that.
I hope.
He doesn't have kids to hand that shit down to or something. Like, is he like,
I'm sure he'll take out a loan and give them the cash or something.
Give him the debt here.
Yeah, give them the debt. Make sure, you know, put that Bitcoin somewhere else where.
And he's got so much conviction with it as well. You know, I never heard about him until I went to the Bitcoin conference in 2021, I think. And I heard him talk and I was like, huh. And the name still never really sunk in. And then someone, I heard a little bit more about Michael Saylor. And then I looked, I'm like, oh yeah, I saw him talk at the Bitcoin conference, like the little breadcrumbs you get along the way, which here's if you're going to go to, I know Richard's talked about conferences and stuff. If you're going to go to the Bitcoin conference ever, you want to do it you want to pay for it after you do the conference, like after the most recent conference, because that's when it's the cheapest. When it gets closer to the conference time, when it's happening,
$1,000, right?
Yeah.
$2,000.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy. So, I've seen it as low as like $79. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that, $79, $100. And then I've seen it. I mean, I paid $1,300 to go when I went the first time.
A lot.
After the last Bitcoin conference ended, they were pre-selling the next tickets.
Yeah.
And so for like 2 months from now. And so I got one ticket for myself. It was at $200 at the time.
Yeah.
So
I when Matty Allen had his Hex conference in Miami almost 2 years ago now.
Jeez, that long.
There was a guy walking on the street and tried to sell me his armband, VIP armband. He's like, how about $1,000? I was like, no. I'm like, I'll give you $25. He's like, no, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden So I ended up getting it for $50. So I went to like 3 hours of
Nice.
Bitcoin conference.
How about 1,000? How about 50? Okay.
I mean, because I knew, I'm like, he probably only paid $100 for it, you know, like, so.
And he's at the 11th hour, and if he doesn't sell it, he's going to get nothing.
Yeah.
That's a great strategy, man. Maybe I'll do that.
That's kind of what I figured. I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't mind going because the last conference, you know, they had like Trump speaking, and they had, you know, who knows what the next one will be like. So I'll buy the ticket, and if I can't go, maybe I can just sell it to somebody.
What are they going for right now? I wouldn't mind going. If
I
it's
don't
2
know.
months from now.
It was 200 at the time. I think they've gone up in price. Let me see
Probably
if I can
8,
find
9.
That was while you're doing that, Briz, that was the real game changer for me when I went to the Bitcoin conference and saw there were over 10,000 people there. I'm pretty sure there was over 10,000 in Miami when I went. And the line, they messed up on how to get people in. And the line, I wasn't prepared. I waited in line in the hot sun in the morning, burning up for over 2 hours in a long line. It was the worst. It was a debacle on getting people in there. But you know, once you got in there, you were fine. But my point is that I'd been to a Hex conference where there were close to 600 people there, and I was like, you know what, the Hex community could be like this in the next 5 or 10 years, you know, or the Pulse Chain community could be like this. You just don't know. It gave me a nice reference point, like, oh wow, this could happen to the, you know, Hex.
All right, I got the prices for the festival pass. It's $420.
That's not bad.
Industry pass, it's $1,400.
What's the difference?
What
is it? What do I get for festival versus industry?
All right, so festival, the
double espresso and handshake with sailor.
There were sumo wrestlers there.
Everyday Bitcoiners and Bitcoin tourists admission to 2 and day 3 of the Bitcoin 2025. So you only get access to the second and third day, access to the main stage, open source stages featuring top speakers, entry to the world's largest Bitcoin Expo Hall, and access to the Bitcoin conference app. Now for $1,400,
gosh,
you seem to get all of that plus lunch, plus discounted hotel rates and dedicated network opportunities. And you get to go to all 3 days. But then they got a whale pass for $8,000.
Oh my gosh. What does that include?
Exclusive access to the deep whale VIP lounge and deep backstage content. So like a casting couch, maybe.
A casting couch,
yeah. Deep throat.
All inclusive premium food and beverage in the VIP lounge. Entry into the exclusive VIP only whale night event. Access to VIP networking features on the Bitcoin conference app. It sounds kind of bullshit to me.
I wouldn't mind the 3-day event, and that's it. Like, how can I buy just the 3 days and I don't want anything else? Like, that's what I'd be interested in.
That's so you just get the basic ticket.
Well, that's only 2 days.
You know what, though? I'll be honest. You're not going to want to hang out there for 3 days.
No.
What you'll do, knowing you'll find people there, and then you'll go out afterwards.
I'll find the Hexicans
and get the right people to talk to. Do you know what I mean? Because it's overwhelming. It's like going into Home Depot without a list. You're gonna just get so. I always get, you know,
that's a good explanation.
I'm just gonna get the light bulbs and get the hell out of here. You know, if you don't have a list, you know, and you literally could go to. And then go to after parties and stuff like that, VIP after parties. People will let you in. I would try that route. You know, I think, because again, it's kind of vast. It could be pretty. You know, the last one was smaller. The one I saw last year at Maddie's thing was smaller and more corporate than the one that I'd seen in 2021. So it's evolved.
It was also the bear market too.
True.
Also, because Trump was speaking, they had to do insane security measures for him,
Yeah.
especially since he had just had an attempt on his life.
Yeah, that's true. I might buy the $420 ticket. I mean, I would dump $400 to go to the Bitcoin conference. That I would do.
If you're gonna do it now, because that pass will be $1,300 within a month of the
Grizz,
conference.
are you going, man?
I'll go if you go.
Yeah, dude. What's the dates?
5/27 to 5/29
May.
March.
And where is it? Miami?
March. Or no, May. Yeah, May.
It'd be
This
right
one's
before I
in
go to
Vegas.
China.
Wait, where is it?
Vegas.
Oh, fun. That'll be a good time.
That will be a good even if you get bored of the conference, at least you have all the shit Vegas has to offer. Food, shows. If you like to gamble, I don't like to gamble.
Sand, desert.
Yeah, if you want that.
You
sure.
could just look at the schedule. Look at the schedule of speakers, Corey, and then determine who you want to talk to. And then when they're done, just go up afterwards, because usually, speaker rush, everybody wants to talk to the speaker. Just go there and talk to those people that you want to hang out with and see what they're doing.
Do we know if Matty Allen is going to schedule another Hexican conference around that, or
I don't.
Good question.
Yeah, because that would
maybe if he's watching he's getting another idea to do it.
He's got months. I mean, this is January. That's May. He's got 5 months to plan it all out. If he was to do it, still plenty of time.
I just hope it's not too close to the Memorial Day, because if it is, it might be a bit of a challenge. Or what's not Labor Day or Memorial Day? Which one is? I always forget which one's first in May.
Yeah, I got to look on my calendar. Well, actually, my kids, because we're going to China. June, July for sure. We're in China, but I don't know if they get out in May, which my wife's going to want to go as soon as they're out of school. And if they're not, if they're still in school, then I'll go. Then I'll go to the Bitcoin conference and I can come back and they can go to China. But I need to look at that, see what exact dates they're out, and then I'll confirm with you, Briz. If I'm going, yeah, man, I want it'd be fun to have a few of us go and meet up. And I mean, at least if we're all together and we get bored of shit from the Bitcoin maxis, we can go out and hang out and entertain each other.
Well, not necessarily, just learn something, because I'm sure that those guys, majority of them are mature people who got their shit together, and then they do well in life, and they have their brain cells at the right place and not talking about fluffy animals or body parts, that I think you should buy that one because it's really good. I think they talk about, I see the future of that. And that's why these key conversations would be extremely important for us, that instead of yelling at each other online, it would be like a more mature sort of back and forth conversation. And you can either kill them with these cute videos what Bristology is creating, which might be a good idea, or you can have another way of approaching it, and perhaps have a more adult type of conversation, okay, then convince me why you are right, or why you think is that sort of that way, and reacting to a more sophisticated way.
I got an idea. We can go walk down Fremont Street handing out the Hex business cards.
I love it.
That's desperation.
No.
That's desperation.
Wait. Shut up. We can hand out the Hex business cards and say, "Welcome to Pulse Chain. I love you."
I thought Maddie did a great job with having Pulse Bitcoin on his shirts, and he gave them out. And when he took pictures with people, he had his Pulse Bitcoin, or he had his Hex Bitcoin shirt on. And
the Hex Bitcoin. Yes.
I was like, you couldn't tell the difference. You were like, it was subliminal, because it looked like everybody's in Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, that's a Hex Bitcoin shirt. It's great.
Yes. And Andrew,
now it would be good.
I will be there in March. Actually, we're the second biggest sponsor for the Pulse 369 event for the DeFi Wealth Trust. So we'll be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Nice. I'm also going to be, if you guys, there it is. I'll also be in Panama at the end of this month for the No Permissions event. So if you guys are out there for that, come say hi. Let's do lunch. Let's hang out.
Soon to be the American Canal.
It's soon to be. Yeah, he wants to buy the Panama Canal. He wants to buy Greenland. He should buy Canada too. That way, it's all connected, and we use the United States can just like be half
I
the
don't know
world.
if I want Canadians as Americans.
Bitcoin just hit 105.
What did?
Bitcoin
What?
just hit 105. No wonder.
105.
Oh, let's go, man! I'm telling you, if Bitcoin goes at $500,000 this cycle, man, Hex. I don't know, man, where it could go. It's gonna be wild. I'm so stoked.
Supposedly Richard Hart has, over 40,000 Bitcoins.
Is that the rumor?
That's the rumor. And at 100,000 each, that's 4 billion just in Bitcoin. Liquid.
Wow.
Yeah, 4.2 billion. Wow.
That's not including the 300,000 Ethereum that we know and love because they know and love our stuff. That's great.
I always said it's going to be very funny when Hex and Pulse Chain are at all-time highs and they're just ripping the faces off and none of the SAC money has been touched. It's going to be funny. I'm going to laugh.
That would show strength and independence.
Sorry, go ahead.
That would show strength and independency. And also, like instead of using emotions, God gave us a brain, which can achieve much higher level than animals can do. The animals they only do things for their basic needs. Like humans, we can create things. So instead of animals are arguing and fighting as well. So instead of fighting, for example, that energy could be put towards something like I really like those sort of thoughts you started doing, guys. Let's say it's a Bitcoin conference, yeah. It's a shame that I don't live in the US. If I could be there, I would do so many things. For example, if the Bitcoin conference comes up, I would print a shirt with the Pulse Rep Bitcoin, and then maybe pushchain.com underneath. And then people would like, what do you mean? What type of Bitcoin is that? And then like, well, there's another chain, there's another copy already, and it has value already. Certain people they already added value to this network and they believe in it, So that could be a good conversation starter.
That 300,000 Bitcoin, that's actually a reference to how many Bitcoins free claimed for Hex, for the adoption amplifier. Not necessarily how many Bitcoins Richard has. However, I have to think that probably a lot of those Bitcoins probably were Richard Hart's because, not that many people free claimed their Hex,
Yeah, that's from my understanding too. But that's also where all the Hex wasn't Big Payday. I'm not an OG, right? Wasn't Big Payday the payment they take all that Hex that wasn't free claimed and given out on big? Wasn't that Big Payday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So all for every Bitcoin that didn't free claim, that 10,000 Hex was stored up and then distributed to all of the Hex stakers.
Okay, that makes sense. And do we know what this would be a good metric? What percentage of all the Hex that was available for free claim was free claimed?
I think it was less than 10%. I heard a figure 5 to 7%. It wasn't much.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty small. Like
Interesting.
300,000 Bitcoins claimed.
That's crazy.
Max.
And then what happened? So the Bitcoin, they get to keep their Bitcoin, right? And they just went in there and claimed the free Hex. So they kept their Bitcoin and they got the Hex.
You got 10,000 free Hex for every Bitcoin you had in your wallet.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Back then, Bitcoin
so it was like an airdrop kind of thing. They didn't have to give up their Bitcoin.
It was.
Yeah, and you could also use the referral link too. I never used it, but there was a referral link too that you could get Hex, just for referring people to.
Yeah, by the time I got it, it disappeared.
And you had to be.
I remember.
You had to be sneaky if you want to do a self referral, because if you did a self referral with your own address, it would cancel out your referral. So you had to have like 2 addresses. You had to refer yourself from a different address.
Yes, that makes sense. That makes
Good to
sense.
see Fast Abdul all gussied up.
That's
Kind of like Mike.
I heard somebody was just in Canada, and I had to come on. The Mounties informed me, and I had to come set you straight.
Bro, I put an end to that shit. I was making sure no one was saying nothing bad about Canada. I was saying, I hope you guys become a part of America.
Oh, I see. Well, actually, you got it wrong. Soon America is going to be the 11th province of Canada, eh? Free healthcare for everyone. You'll love it.
You know what? Pastor Abdul, you've changed my mind. I want you to be American. So we're going to go inject some democracy over to your little communist club. We're going to put a red, white, and blue flag on your back.
Don't bring over your taxes, bro. I have no interest in having any of that garbage.
Yeah, we do have higher taxes, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's why you also have free medical.
Yeah, we're winning on medical. You're winning on taxes.
Yeah, I'll keep what I got. I'm healthy, so I'm good.
How's the P-dye fork coming?
Not bad. Some work got done on that. Basically, we're ironing out the details on the front end. I have a white paper up, so feel free to peruse that. It's not very interesting since it's a straight fork of liquidy and the same as every other liquidy white paper, basically. But we're probably getting pretty close to that. I'll have to save some time for a quick audit, of course, which is really easy because it's the same code. But yeah, I think we're probably going to see it in February.
I think it's great. I think every coin that's worth its own salt should have its own stable coin protocol.
I really like the idea of a dick with butt collateralized dollar. So I suspect it's probably not a good choice, but I really like the idea. So who knows? Maybe that's next.
Oh, man. Love it. Well, that's good, man. What else is on the horizon for Mr. Fast Abdul? You guys are always building something, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're still hammering out the final details on bribery, and I mean the final details. We'll have basically a beta up soon where people will be able to use it, so that'll be pretty cool. We have a ridiculous amount of 2 fucks permanently locked and voting for the bribery pool. Let me just check the amount. It's something really silly, and it's going to continuously pay yield, and the bribes haven't even started yet. $145,000 in 2 fucks is permanently locked and voting for the bribery pool. So it's like the 5th biggest wallet or something like that now. Yeah, so that's pretty substantial.
A lot of 2 fucks.
Yep. But what I want to ask you guys is, what should I build next?
I'm sure Briz has got some ideas.
Well, he just said,
oh yeah, we want it. So we want an AI agent coin on Pulse Chain that anytime somebody FUDs, it sends out Briz's "I love you" video.
Okay, AI FUD coin that directs you to see the video of Brizology saying he loves you, and sends all DMs directly to Briz. Okay, that can be done.
It's just a tweet bot that searches for the word scam and the word hex, and if value equals true, we send them "I love you" message.
That's pretty cool, actually. That probably could be done.
The AI thing was to build an AI chat box that is attuned to real-time Pulse Chain data. So you can say, hey, show me every, coin generated in the last, 2 days on Pulse Chain, between the hours of 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. Just, something that you could really refine.
That could be good to add it to like GoPulse or one of these sites, like when we have stats about gas and stuff like that.
I think you should do an AI coin, even if it's a fork. There's no AI coins on Pulse Chain. Maybe a DeFi AI coin. I don't know.
Nothing.
a day or something like that.
I shouldn't say no. I know of a couple, but
yeah, there's a
the
couple.
narrative is pretty thin here.
The narrative's pretty thin everywhere, though. Like I've looked at some of the AI agents and stuff like that, and they are mostly literally shilling like a tokenized Telegram or Twitter bot of some type, right? Like there's not much substance, right, in the AI narrative at the moment. The concept, you can see where it could go, right? But like, it just doesn't seem like anybody's really carrying the ball with something that will actually change the world, which should be what the AI narrative is about.
Well, that's where you come in.
Indeed, yeah. With all
Along
my
with
AI expertise.
Briz's I love you video, man. We need more love everywhere in Pulse Chain.
That could change the world.
It will change the world. It also pumps our bags, I'm telling you.
I think if the entire community explodes in a shower of green dildos, my safe word is pineapple, that will change the world too.
Change the world.
But that can also be accelerated significantly if we have meaningful and adult conversations with, backed by strong data and evidence instead of, fighting and stuff. Because if someone, imagine another many people talk about this, like Miguel and, like top guys, that if we want Push Chain to be successful, we need other people to find it attractive and come over and look around. If they see that guys are arguing and, like we coming up with body parts and fluffy animal kind of tokens, they're going to be like, oh, well,
But I like the fight, though.
The what?
I like the
What's
fight.
Yeah, then
Briz,
go and watch MMA, man. I love MMA, like they beat the shit out of each other. That's a real fight. This is like, it's nothing. It's just opinions clashing, nothing else.
Well, I'm going to be listening in the next week of what Fast can do. What he can create next. I'm going to just be a beacon for attracting something and go, hey, Fast. While Fast and I are sitting down getting our manis and petties together at the sauna, the spa,
Yeah.
I'm going to spring it on. I'm like, here it is.
you going to fly to Canada for that?
Yeah,
I got
think of
another
like ideas that don't seem realistic because like there's stuff that can be done.
I got an
and
idea.
It just needs momentum. Tell me.
Here's the next great AI idea. I actually thought about this a long time ago. I looked into getting developers helping me, but none of the developers wanted to help me for a reasonable cost. But here's the idea. You create something like Pulse Litecoin, right? And what you do, with the thing that you actually create that I needed a dev for is a claim tool. That way, just like how everyone used their Bitcoin signature to claim the free claim hex, I kind of want to do the same thing, but with like other communities. We could do one for XRP, we can do one for Stellar, we can do, but the one I would say, because they've always been beaten down so much, is Litecoin. So anyone with a Litecoin in their wallet, they can come over to the website. They can put in the signature that shows how much Litecoin they had in their wallet at the time. And now they're going to get free Litecoin, Pulse Litecoin. And only the people that free claim will have Pulse Litecoin. And it's going to basically be kind of like Pulse wrapped Bitcoin, where it's going to be a much smaller amount just because not everyone's going to free claim. And then it basically just gets people to free claim, and now they're on the Pulse chain. And now what they do with that Pulse Litecoin, I don't know. They'll probably sell it, but maybe they get a good experience while they're on the Pulse chain and they start buying Pulse chain coins.
I love that, but there's already a Pulse Litecoin.
So, but no one could free claim for it.
No, you get to mine it with the ASIC token.
Exactly. I want to give people that already hold Litecoin a way to get into the Pulse chain for free. And that's just by claiming, if they have 20 Litecoins in their wallet, they get 20 Pulse Litecoins.
But isn't that kind of what Richard Hart did when he did a full system state copy? Everybody got everything copied.
Litecoiners didn't get copied. They're on their own chain.
Well, some did if you had it. The
Same thing with
premium
like I
version,
said,
but
the
yeah,
XRP guys, they didn't get to come over.
that's true.
The
That's
Stellar guys, I think
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't get
Dogecoin even.
They didn't
It's
get
just a
opportunity.
way of getting people to just free claim something and to get into our network. And now that they're on our network, maybe they'll see something they like.
So that wouldn't be super hard to do, but like somebody would have to fund it, right? Because like you'd have this
No,
token that
you don't have to.
would need liquidity.
You don't have to.
You don't have to, but to be effective, like, don't you think it would need? They'd have to be able to sell it potentially.
Where's that money
I
coming
don't
from?
care. I don't care if they sell it. I just want to get them over onto the Pulse chain.
Huh.
You know, I mean, if someone wants to be a really nice guy, throw $10,000 in liquidity, and if they want to sell it, they can sell it for pennies on the dollar. But who knows? Maybe people will see the Pulse Litecoin that got free claimed as a more legit Litecoin than any other Litecoin made on Pulse Chain. Maybe
If it
that
had
will
other
be claimed.
features that was not, that was not present on the original chain. So let's like take XRP. If you had like your XRP got copied, and then you could farm it here in the copy or the Pulse XRP, you could farm it with better APR than you could get on other chains, right?
Yeah.
Like a reason to stay.
Yeah, and the whole idea is that this becomes truly the world's biggest airdrop, because it's not just for everyone on Ethereum, it's for everyone. Like all the other chains that didn't get copied when Ethereum got copied.
That would require a lot of liquidity, sir.
You don't need to give them liquidity. You're just giving them coins, and now they're here.
But if
Now
the,
maybe
if
they'll
the
now they
coin
go,
has-
oh,
if the
what's
coin
this?
has zero value and they can't dump it for anything,
Good.
why
Then
would
it's
they?
just a really nice idea. It's nothing else. Yeah.
Why would they even free claim it at that point? It's not even a waste. It's a waste of like time.
Waste of time and effort. Yeah.
If
You
they
know
can't
there's
get
gonna be
Or
a bunch of
Blissology, you can be that really
that buy
nice
it.
guy, and you can provide 10 grand of liquidity. And start. It was your idea anyway. So
Yeah.
Not to put
exactly.
Dylan on the spot, but I think he's got an idea for fast. I think that's why he came on. So I don't
What's
know.
up, Dylan? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, gentlemen?
Living the dream.
all
man.
good, man. All good.
You're
I
coming
saw
in
in
the top of
Pulse.
the hour.
I saw in Pulse Springer that you guys were looking a little sad, so I was like, let me go on and cheer these guys up real quick,
I'm happy as can be, man.
Yeah,
I
I'm
am
ecstatic.
Freaking ecstatic as I've ever been, man. Feeling
Did you guys
good.
see that rage dump earlier today?
I saw
Yeah.
it, man. He only hurt himself though, but he's got a lot of hex, man.
54 million hex.
That guy's
Oh,
got a
yeah.
lot of hex. He's got like 300 million hex or some shit.
Still?
Yeah. Yep. That was an old Hex Bear admin, by the way.
Was it really?
He rage dump in May, and he got out of Pulse X, and Hex, and then his stake came out.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is he
so-
early end staking, or is he seeing him right through to the end?
No, he's waiting for maturity.
Okay, so it's like he kind of believes in the system.
He's using the system the way it's intended to be
He
used.
doesn't
yeah,
think
he's
it's a
got-
scam.
Dude, he's got long stakes, man. He's way out there. Yeah.
When's his next big one due?
Next year.
Oh, so, I mean, whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, he can EES if he wants, but like, did he? Shit don't.
Yeah,
that don't bother me, man. This is,
I was waiting for this guy to get out. He end staked I think like a week and a half ago. So and
and he was holding. Oh, I saw Toby Wan mention this guy, and literally, man, I was sitting in front of my computer waiting for the wick, and it never came, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
and then of course he sold the day when I'm freaking dropping my daughters off, and I couldn't get to my computer. I'm like, oh, whatever. I knew by the time I get home, most of it eaten back up. See, Briz, that's liquidity. He dumps, it gets eaten up. He can take value out of the system. You need something like that if you're going to give this, like, you're going to sprinkle other communities with a free token so they can come over and actually, participate on our chain. They need
All
something.
right, you can give them all the money you want to give
Giving them
them.
shit, man.
I just want to
Every
get
dollar
their,
I make goes into my
I
own
want to get
portfolio.
their foot in the door. That's all it's
Wait,
about.
so is Briz actually wanting to do onboarding now? Because a year ago he's like, no, don't need to onboard anybody, guys. We're just gonna buy everything. Goes like, we're good, you know.
Hell yeah.
So
Dude,
did you change your
rage
mind now?
dump? No. Now,
Onboarding's important, isn't it?
I do want to have 1 million people onboarded, of course. But if Richard, all right, let's just put it this way. Ethereum goes to 10,000. That 171,000 Ethereum is worth 1.7 billion.
300,000
That
Ethereum, sir.
means Richard can only give 1,700 people $1 million each. There's a lot more than 1,700 people in our community. So let's get rid of some of these fucking people and let's give me more of that 1,700 million.
It's
All right?
reverse psychology.
Exactly. Bye-bye. Like that guy that rage dumped. I'm freaking ecstatic. Goodbye. That's
He made his money.
$54
I promise you
million
that.
he can't buy now.
It's like
at
that other
$1.
guy last week who made $20 million off of Hex, and people were like, wow, what an idiot. I'm like, man, he made $20 million. I don't think he's that big of an idiot.
Nah,
Yeah,
man, the guy's not stupid.
you know,
He
Profit, right?
in February he went into the AA lobby with $65,000. Okay, at the time it was 250 ETH. All right, and then he staked. He didn't even sell the top. He just sold at good prices. You know, he was just selling. You know, every other day, just a couple 100,000 hex. You know, and he sold before the run up and then after the run up, and he walked away with $20 million.
Yeah, he's not dumb.
Crazy.
Wow.
You know,
Even though he hurt himself on the price in this last sell, like, but who cares? Like, the guy's made shit, like a lot of money off of Hex. A lot of money. That's incredible.
Does that money ever
And
come
you
back?
and usually
System?
you know, I thought about that. Like at what point do you like, okay, let's say he made 20 million. Let's say he lives in the US, right? So his tax obligation maybe is $6 million or something, right? And you know, so that's still $14 million in profit. When do you come back and be like, okay, I'll chuck $1 million at this, you know?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I made 14 mil. Why not? You know? I don't know.
And usually people are commenting like these kind of things that, oh, what an idiot, and who are not on that level. They can't even comprehend it, what is to have $14 million, you know, $20 million. They just kind of like salty and, you know, complain like, yeah, I never understood this stuff.
No, they want to be him, bro. They want to be him.
Behind every
That's why.
complaint is a commitment. They're committed. You know, are they committed to being a 14 millionaire?
That's right. 100%, man. Well, cool, guys. We've been rolling for about an hour and 20 minutes. I think I'm going to wind it down here and go grab a lunch. Dylan, you came in right at the top of the hour.
That's fine. It's all right. You know,
The crown
fashionably
jewel.
late. That's okay.
Yeah, man. Are you going to be at the? I think I asked you this. But you said no. You're not going to the PULSICANS conference, are you?
I don't know. Maybe. There's 3 conferences in Vegas that I'm interested in go to: Pulse Chain, Bitcoin, and then there's a jewelry show. So we'll see.
That doesn't surprise me.
My girlfriend makes jewelry, man. You know, hey.
Yeah, you're gonna go hang out there and buy jewelry. And my wife, man, she loves this Chinese, like, see if your girlfriend gets it, but like the jade. It's called jade.
Jade. Okay.
Yeah, it's man, it's huge in Asia, man. And man, she watches these videos where they're selling for like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for a bracelet. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, honey, we gotta wait till after the bull run.
That designer shit is really overpriced. Like, it's disgusting.
So
I guess all designer stuff, even clothes. So, and I buy that too. So
yeah, you know how that goes, bro.
Yeah.
I think the PulseChain conference is going to be a great conference.
It'll be good.
There's a lot of excitement around it. I have a feeling it's going to be like, you know, I know the biggest Hex conference was about 550, 600 people, something like that. I don't know how many is going to be there, but the vibe that I can tell is it's going to be a lot of fun.
Ideally, we should have some pretty good prices by then, right? I mean, it's March.
Hopefully, yeah.
It's like we should be in pretty good banana zones by then. Yeah, I mean, we're sponsoring, dude. I mean, we're the second biggest sponsor of the event, so it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Well done. Thank you for your
So
service.
I'm assuming
Yep.
you guys are going to be presenting and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
That'll be me, Dane, and Chris. Chris is the tax guy. And so me and Dane will be the dancing monkeys up there. Chris will be like the data guy, like here, and I'll answer all the questions, and I'll just go up there and act the fool. That's my
Nice.
favorite part. It's my favorite part, man. Well, cool, guys. Yep. We'll wind her down. Yeah, man, you better come, bro. I haven't seen you in a while, man. It's been a while.
I know it's been a while. It's been
Yeah,
a
you
minute.
gotta come. So it'll be fun. Brizology, you better come. I know Frank will be there. And you going, right, Paso Dual? You're going to be at the
I'm going to go to Panama and I'm going to go to Vegas.
Good. I'm going to see you twice.
Yeah, you get sick of me.
Ah, man. We
Hell,
went
it's
from
Paso
never
Dual. You
meeting
guys are
before.
everywhere.
We
My
went from never meeting
my
before.
final words is that everyone learn to use loan protocols. Take the 10%
I agree with that.
slippage. Don't murder the charts. You know what? You might sell at a 100x and miss out on a 1000x. So take that loan at a 100x, and maybe you'll still get the opportunity to take out 90% of a 10,000x.
It's good stuff, man. I love it. Well, cool, guys. We're going to wind it down right here. And I'll see you guys next week. Go out and touch some grass, even if we get some green candles. This is the last weekend of the bear. This is it. This is it. The last weekend. We're killing the last bear on Monday. Yep.
Brave.
Yeah, that's, man, I can't. I'm excited, bro. Like, this
I'm
is
excited too. Yes.
not only for crypto, but for business and everything. Like, we are just
Yeah.
like, man, it couldn't be in a better spot, a better moment, the right place at the right time. And so, guys, on that note, we'll get out of here. Remember, what is it, Briz? Go ahead and welcome to Pulse Chain. We love you.
Welcome to Pulse Chain. I love you.
Well done.
We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
I love you the most, though.
No, I love you.
I love you, Briz.
I love all you guys.